MrBeast has broken his silence about the whole Ava Kris Tyson situation.
Kris Tyson from MrBeast used me and manipulated me and did very inappropriate things with me while I was about 15 years old.
Holy shit, man. So my motherfucking main nigga, Kris Tyson, supports child. He's into that freak ass shit.
This Kris Ava Tyson from MrBeast scandal has just gotten messier, and Luvs Kris is done. Y'all, first Kris issued an apology, and then she tried to take back everything by denying the offender allegations, and now yet another person has come out and exposed Kris for being inappropriate with them when they were 15. And that's not even the end of the drama. People were calling for MrBeast to come out and issue a statement about Kris, but when he did, a clip allegedly of MrBeast from years ago surfaced, and he was saying all sorts of disgusting things about Bhad Bhabie when she was just 14. Oh my god, this story is insane. So join me today as we try and make sense of all these allegations that are coming out.
Kind of felt bad for MrBeast, but now people who worked for him are like, yeah, he knew about it the whole time. I don't know what to believe anymore.
So a lot has been going on ever since it was revealed that for years, Ava Kris Tyson has allegedly been having very inappropriate interactions with some young people. Now, given how fast everything has been going down, it's important I give you a recap in order to understand the new drama that's coming from all this. A couple of days ago, a YouTuber called Prism42 dropped a series of videos throwing serious allegations against Kris Tyson for some NSFW things he has been doing to young people. Allegedly, Kris, who is 21 at that time, began having inappropriate conversations with a young person named Lava while they were still in middle school. Kris began all of this when he offered Lava moderator privileges for one of his streaming sessions, and this was just the beginning of some horrific stuff. Kris would allegedly send all sorts of inappropriate messages to Lava, even at one point offering to send Lava inappropriate pics of himself after Lava donated to his Patreon. Y'all, turns out that this was just the tip of the iceberg. Kris would over the next years send tons of inappropriate messages to Lava over Snapchat, and even Lava himself admitted the nature of their conversations was highly inappropriate. Understandably so, when this got out, people were furious. Since then, every single headline has been about this messy scandal. But Luvs, little did we know that this situation was about to get even messier. You see, when the allegations first started going viral, Ava Kris Tyson took to her Twitter where there was alleged evidence of a lot of the controversial things that she said that goes years back. And she deleted everything. Not a single tweet before this whole scandal can be found on her account. Now, obviously people were quick to notice this. Many people argued that an innocent person wouldn't do this, and they began demanding Kris come out and say something about this whole drama. Now, there was very little Kris could say about these alleged allegations because there was already a ton of evidence against him. So Kris did the only thing he could and issued an apology. Well, kind of. Kris released a tweet saying, "I would like to apologize for any of my past behavior or comments if it hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best if I permanently step away from all things MrBeast and social media to focus on my family and mental health." Luvs, I know how you feel. This has to be one of the most sorry not sorry apologies anyone has ever given. Many people felt like Kris was just saving face and doing what someone in her shoes is expected to do, but no one felt like she meant any of it. So naturally, people on the internet and Kris's fellow creators started coming out and calling BS on her apology, if you can even call it that. Valkyrae was one of the first people to call out Kris for her fake apology, and she was pissed, tweeting, "I was hoping for a more detailed response, but glad Ava is overall stepping away from MrBeast's team. Disappointing and disgusting." And after this, it didn't take long for the rest of the internet to come for Kris yet again. Just take a look at these reactions. If you hurt or offended anyone, that's a crazy start already. They should check your hard drives. You didn't apologize to me a month ago in private when I brought up your behavior supporting the cartoon CP artist that drew my daughter in an inappropriate way. What changed? Luvs Keemstar in particular was pissed because if you remember, Kris was one of the biggest supporters and fan of Shadman, the creepy dude who drew the L art of his daughter.
First, I don't care if it was edgy jokes to a 20-year-old should never be saying edgy jokes to a I think we can all agree about that.
Anyways, just hours after posting his apology, Kris noticed it wasn't going down as she expected. So she tried taking back what she said. Kris followed up her sorry not sorry tweet with another one saying, "I want to add, I never anyone. The person who gets brought up in these accusations at Lava GS has vocally supported that they are false. Having said that, I humbly apologize to anyone I have hurt with my unacceptable social media posts, past actions, and to those who may feel betrayed by how I used to act online."
YouTubers stay away from a child challenge impossible. What the is going on? Kris Tyson from the MrBeast crew was like, you know what? I saw what you did, Cody Co, and I raised you one. I did it too. There's a bunch of random screenshots and screen recordings of Kris Tyson DMing little children. I'm talking like 13-year-olds. There was a 13-year-old and she was 20 at the time. Barely even a teenager. You probably had a mortgage at the time. They don't even know what that word means. I don't even know what that word means.
Luvs, you guessed it. This did not go down well with people. But little did Ava Kris know her situation was about to get even worse. You see, while Kris was busy trying to do damage control from his sorry not sorry apology, another one of the young people he allegedly was inappropriate with came out and exposed him yet again.
Kris Tyson from MrBeast used me and manipulated me and did very inappropriate things with me while I was about 15 years old.
Now, if you guys remember, Lava, the first young person Kris allegedly had inappropriate contact with, came out and denied that Kris and him did nothing together. They just had inappropriate conversations. However, this guy was claiming that was nothing but BS, and in fact, the reason Lava wasn't speaking out was because Kris made Lava sign an NDA. Allegedly, Lava even attempted to get this person to sign the NDA, but they refused.
But he's also under an NDA from when he worked for MrBeast Gaming for 2 years, and he tried to get me to join MrBeast Gaming himself. Lava, he's the one who actually sent me the contract and tried to get me to sign the NDA, at which point I ended our friendship because I knew they were just trying to silence me.
Apparently, Nate, the person in question, and Lava began working for Kris, running his Discord server, and Kris never even paid them for their work. Allegedly, Kris's server had other young people in it as well, and Kris would often bring up adult-themed topics in the server.
Me and him were both initially involved in running Kris's Discord server, helping him set up his Twitch streams and moderating them.
Nate's calling me. Hey, what's up? You're on stream.
You just leave your address, please, in the stream. As well as other technical back-end things that he needed help with. This Discord server that we were a part of had about 10 people in it, most of whom were minors. I'm not sure how they got in there, other than me and Lava. He won a giveaway and Kris invited him after that. And Kris invited me after I saw one of his tweets asking for help setting up a Garry's Mod server for the 10 million subscriber MrBeast video. This turned into us having lots of private conversations with Kris and playing video games with him for hours on end. Not only did we do a lot of unpaid work for him that he promised he would pay us for, he would also frequently bring up sexual topics that was definitely not appropriate to bring up around 15, 16-year-olds, especially with him being like, I don't know, 20, 21 years old.
Y'all, Kris would even go as far as sending links to adult websites to these young people, and on top of that, Kris also had an NSFW bot in the same server that he was allegedly using to send adult-themed links to these young people.
He would even go as far as linking me several different corn and hentai videos throughout the time of me talking with him. Not only that, but he had an NSFW bot in his Discord server before he made it public. So when it was just a private server, his little circle of minors. And he would use this NSFW bot to spam different corn images, alongside all these 15-year-olds.
Kris would even on occasion start calling them daddy.
He would also frequently call me dad and daddy, as well as the others, which I guess we all kind of just took as a joke at the time. You have to think this is someone who we looked up to at the time, we idolized, we thought was the coolest person in the world, so they couldn't really do any wrong in our eyes. But looking back, I was definitely uncomfortable at being called daddy by a 20-year-old. Even just thinking about it now, it's just uncomfortable.
And if that's not enough to make you throw up, Kris and his friends would allegedly use the N-word multiple times to make fun of people.
This server later went public and became his official Discord server, but before it did, he had me and Lava spend multiple days scrubbing this Discord server clean of all of the N-words he had sent in it, as well as his friends, as well as deleting the NSFW channels and making sure no one could see that he was spamming corn to minors.
Now, as soon as that video began going viral, Lava was quick to come out and deny everything Nathan was saying and low-key defending Kris. A lot of statements he made in that video about me are completely untrue. I was friends with him, we played games together, and worked on the Discord. He was later removed from the Discord because of how unstable he was. He would lash out and verbally attack other members of the team, never sent him any contract, and I have not been under any NDA since 2022. I have not received any payment, nor are my socials monetized. I did inform him that he might be offered a job to help work in Minecraft videos around the time I was, but this never happened. We did not scrub the Discord clean of racist remarks or we did convert the Discord from a private one to a public in a day after it had been made public. This invokes setting up moderation bots and channel permissions. We also never had done any unpaid work. At no point was there any agreement that we would be paid for anything we worked on. As soon as Lava posted this tweet, many people began accusing him of defending Kris and not letting other people speak out against Kris. In turn, this made the calls for MrBeast to come out and speak about Ava Kris Tyson even louder. And MrBeast finally issued his statement. Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During that time, I have been focusing on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings.
Work is, which is just prostitution. But I remember when I was working for MrBeast, like in that time in 2017, 2018, I remember Kris saying like, isn't she hot? Isn't like Cash Me Outside girl, like, isn't she like 14? Is she 14 years old? Yeah, it's 8. And I'm like, what? I had never heard somebody say that in my life. That was the first time where somebody unironically said that. And that's how I know that rots people's brains. It's like, that's gotta be from somebody who was watching anime, was watching all that stuff, was chronically online. To have that terminology, to communicate that.
Loves, you see throughout this whole drama, there have been claims that MrBeast was fully aware of Kris's actions, and MrBeast has in the past come out to defend Kris from all sorts of drama, and now he can't stay silent. However, MrBeast's statement only got him into trouble because a clip from years ago started going viral, and in the clip, a voice allegedly of MrBeast could be heard talking about Bhad Bhabie, who was about 14 at that time, in a highly inappropriate way. The alleged MrBeast voice could be heard joking about getting physical with Bhad Bhabie, and then he laughed it off, saying he wouldn't do it because she was too young.
And he did say that he enjoys the Catch Me Outside girl and thinks she's funny, so let's just...
So that just shows what...
Let's be real. Do you want to put your dick in her?
I mean, it's rather...
probably not.
Enjoying someone and putting your dick in someone is a whole different story. Yeah.
She probably has AIDS. She's like 14 years old. She probably has AIDS already.
Well, I was gonna say,
y'all, this whole drama just keeps getting messier and messier, and we haven't even talked about how Kris Ava was allegedly planning to scam his ex-wife and kid off of a bunch he was about to make because his ownership in MrBeast was about to go up significantly. Anyways, what do y'all think about this whole situation? Have we seen the last of this drama, or is MrBeast also about to get dragged into this? Let me know your opinions down below, and don't forget to stay tuned for all the drama that is definitely going to come out in this story. Till next time, bye.